Good morning, peeps. Jeff will be in here in just a moment. We're running a little. Says he's running a little bit close, but I see him moseying in.
All right.
You ready to go,
right.
Big fella?
Boy, it's cold in here.
Yeah, it is. At least you're not yawning. People are so upset with the amount of yawning that you do. Yeah.
How many times do we got to go through this?
I don't know. All right. Here we go.
All right.
Let's get back to your wake-up call with Phil Quinn. Brought to you by Phillips Drugs on Richmond's Classic Hits 101.
Good morning. It is 6:43 here on your wake-up call. We're brought to you by Phillips Drugs, your good neighbor pharmacy. 56 outside right now. It's also probably, 45 in studio right now? We're on Facebook Live. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? And Jeff Lane is here from the newsroom. And I've got a couple things I can share with you first. But first and foremost, I'm looking to find out how much it would cost me to hire you to watch the final preseason game between the Bengals and the Colts tonight. How much would it take?
Yeah. Well, you better start with three figures at least.
Whoa! Any more than that, I could hire you to be one of the quarterbacks. Okay, so we did the Greg Pence thing yesterday.
Yes, which?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
By all accounts, I hear that you did a fantastic job as moderator.
Well, thank you.
I'm not just kissing.
No, I appreciate that.
I think you did a great job.
I appreciate that. WCTV will have the video. I think Janine Lake was there, who's running against him. She was there going Facebook Live, so I guess you could probably go watch some of that over there. But he was nice to get to meet in person. When he started talking about how you have to get through security, he had his son's wedding, and the vice president's son got married in Brown County, and the amount of security to go through. And then he shared a little bit about his own son getting to ride on Air Force One. He hasn't gotten to ride on Air Force One, but the son has, and then got a military escort to the 500. These Black Hawk helicopters pick him up from the airport, fly him over. He gets back and gets into a golf cart when he gets to the Speedway and picks up his dad in a golf cart. So there's some of those experiences and talking about how he cannot contact his brother. He does not have the ability to message his brother without it going through other people.
Really?
Yeah. So some of that was kind of fun.
Wow.
I'm annoyed by it. I understand it. I accept it. It's okay. But he got the questions in advance. And that's just not something that I'm down with. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with talking about topics, but we wanted him to feel comfortable, and I think he did. I certainly don't agree with every single thing that he said or where he stands on some policies, but it wasn't my show. It was the Chamber show, and I thought the Chamber did really well, and the people were well received. We got good questions and out there. So it was very, very nice, and I appreciate the Chamber of Commerce, and Comcast was the sponsor. So there you go.
Good.
All right.
Awesome.
That was enough butt smooching. What's going on in news?
Well, not only was Greg Pence in Richmond yesterday, but U.S. Senator Mike Braun was in the area as well. He was in Connorsville and Liberty.
Did you know the VP was in Indy?
No.
Yeah. So the vice president's in Indianapolis. He reaches out to the Greg Pence campaign and says, hey, I'm going to be in the state. Do you guys want to get together? And Greg's like, we're kind of busy. How about that? Yeah. But so anyway, Mike Brown was in Connorsville. I thought it sounded like there was going to be a poker game later.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, think about that. Mike Pence, Greg Pence, Mike Braun,
there you
all
go.
in a room,
There you
playing
go.
some cards.
Yeah, Braun was talking a lot about a plan to lower the cost of prescription drugs and the opioid crisis. He is still in the area, actually. He'll be in Brookville this morning in just an hour or so. He's going to host a breakfast there, and he's going to hit some other spots in southeastern Indiana today. Getting back a little closer to home now, as we full well knew, or at least anticipated at this time yesterday morning, the guy who was caught after a manhunt on Tuesday was in fact charged with the armed robbery of Richmond scrap processors on Tuesday. As you probably know by now, Andrew Allen of Centerville originally escaped the search, but then was taken into custody later in the day on Tuesday when a report of a suspicious person came in down around Abington Pike. And yesterday afternoon, he was officially charged not only with the armed robbery, but also with criminal confinement.
Yeah, it sounds like...
By Felicia.
Yeah, right. He said, bye, Felicia. There seemed to be a lot of drug activity the last few days. That's picking up.
Yeah, yesterday, in fact, last night, we had a couple of guys. None of them, neither one, I should say, lived within 50 miles of Wayne County, but both arrested in Wayne County, an hour apart, completely separate incidents. One guy caught on Sheridan Street with meth, another guy caught in Cambridge City with meth. Quantities have not been released.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily all for spending a bunch of money to build the wall on the south border, but maybe we could build one at the Ohio-Indiana state line.
That means I wouldn't have to come to work every day.
Well, we'll let you through. You got a passport. You were born on this side.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
All right, and then just real quickly, a couple things. The rollover accident in Preble County last night in which somebody was ejected. That happened near West Manchester. Still don't know much more about that. And another area county has tested positive for West Nile. That's Butler County. The mosquito taken was collected about 5 miles south of the Preble County line. That's what I got.
All right. So yesterday, one of the things, we had some extra time. We had to ask all of our questions of Congressman Pence. So I just, off the cuff, asked him what our question of the day is today. And essentially it is, what would you change, if you could change anything about the political system, how could you get all of us to kind of work better together if there was one thing that you could do? And he mentioned shutting down social media, that getting out of that mentality would be helpful. And I don't disagree that it would be. In fact, I think we'd all be much better off if the president stopped tweeting. That said, I'll stop tweeting if he does. You know what I mean? If you said, okay, the president's going to get off Twitter because we're going to shut down Twitter, I'd be like, okay. But there's a lot of other suggestions. Eliminating the two-party system, eliminating electoral college. Those have been options that have been suggested for our question today. What do you think?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. A little serious. We just don't, it's not about getting rid of individuals, but Pete suggested term limits for all offices. I could do that.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I misinterpreted the question because when I thought you were talking about the process itself.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
I was coming in here prepared to talk about how ridiculous it's gotten in terms of the ways you can vote and how early you can vote. And
correct. Yeah, I'm fine with that too.
That's all.
Yeah, early voting has not shown to increase activity. I agree with that. What do you think about in Indiana putting ballot questions on the ballot? Right now, you don't have that opportunity. I think that would be something that would motivate people to go to the polls.
Oh, I do too.
Would you want to increase the minimum wage? Would you like to see pot legalized? Some question that doesn't necessarily set policy. I know locally here, boy, if you started talking about what to do with the food and beverage tax, if you could sort of poll your electorate, I think people would respond to that. What do you think about having to select a party for the primary here? I don't like that either.
I don't either, especially at the local level.
Right.
Now, at the national level, I don't think it's as big as a deal, but locally, I know.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
So anyway, that's our question today, and you can go to Facebook or Twitter to answer that. Jeff Lane, I appreciate you hanging out, and thanks for the compliment.
See ya.
All right.
This might be a little cliche, but
All right, guys. So I'm using these in-ear monitors instead of my normal headphones because I forgot them in the other car. I took them to the chamber event because I was running sound, and I forgot to bring them back. So that's why it looks like I was trying to be some sort of TV guy. At any rate, coming up today, we have the folks from Ripcord. It's a visionary production show at the Richmond Civic Theater. A really cool thing. Visionary production means it's not one of those high-priced main stage shows, but it actually is a new and upcoming play that is coming to the area for the first time. So Ron Wiley, who does our midday show here, is actually directing that. So that's kind of cool. So we're going to have them in studio. We're also going to do Biz Briefs. For those of you watching that don't know about Biz Briefs, basically we just want to promote something cool that's happening with your business. So yes, it can be a work anniversary, or it can be somebody who's retiring or somebody that's been promoted. But if you're doing a new a business service, if you are doing a grand opening, we're going to talk about Maurice's being a grand opening today, a ribbon cutting, I guess. So there's a lot of opportunities for there. It's all free. All we want you to do is just message us on Facebook or email me, Quinn at 1017thepoint.com. We put them all on our website, so you can go there. Biz Briefs is the keyword, and load up all the information right then and there. So it's kind of a fun thing. You'll remember the Palladium used to do the briefcase, like on Sundays. And the briefcase was great, but they stopped doing it. And I went to our management and said, we should be doing this, because what happens in the business community, the organizations, the different functions that are out there for businesses, we need to celebrate that. That's a big deal. So that's why we do it every Thursday, 7:45. There he is again. Man, he's handsome. All right. That's going to be all for today. Thanks again, everybody. See you.